Are you a student trying to complete an assignment you were supposed to work on for the past few months? Do you use credible sources, such as Wikipedia and YouTube? Have you devoted yourself to the art of procrastination? If you said yes at least once, then I am certain that you believe in higher power. Because no true atheist is capable of being that confident in one's own ability to get a decent grade. Either way, don't worry. You have come to the right place. Research methodology, the topic for today's lesson, is a fun and family-friendly way to spend your time in front of a computer screen. Many underestimate the experience, but I truly hope that you had the joy of frantically searching for an answer on Google, doing your best to solve the task at hand by doing something in Excel or SPSS, trying to suppress the ever-growing feeling of panic and praying to God for a miracle, which inevitably never comes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. What is research methodology and why should you care? Well, it's quite simple. I don't know, and you really shouldn't. Let me, however, explain under what circumstance it becomes vital to use this voluptuous methodology. Intellectuals, also known as students, encounter research methodology soon after their first day at a prestigious university. You're gonna have a course about it, maybe get a decent grade. Then forget all about it in a few weeks and ultimately realize that research methodology is a boogeyman. And it will haunt you throughout the halls of your university until there's only a single brain cell left on the inside of your head. When that inevitably happens, you must encourage your remaining brain cell to refrain from working against you. Because the truth is, the darkest days of your time as a student lay ahead of you. Thesis work, often referred to as the Middle Ages, or why does it feel like my last brain cell is about to die, will culminate in an ungodly amount of work, half of which will be spent watching YouTube tutorials, such as this one. So, what to do if you wish to survive the Middle Ages? Well, let me tell you. The governing principles of research methodology are not that hard to comprehend. Ask yourself a few questions, answer them correctly, and feel free to copy-paste the pros and cons of your particular method from Wikipedia. Answer them wrong, however, and the next few hours of your life will be spent inside the rabbit hole. To get out, you must persuade yourself to look back and realize that you, my friend, have made a mistake. Then rinse and repeat. Go back and start all over. Again, and again. The good news is, I can guarantee that your first couple of pathetic attempts are gonna be full of mistakes. The bad news is, well, there is no way to skip this first phase, no matter how good you think you are. Personally, I don't hate this. I merely accept my fate and plan to spend the next few days or even weeks wandering around the forest of knowledge, watching YouTube tutorials and awaiting the moment I realize how dumb I've been this whole time. Phase 2. The productive phase. Believe it or not, this phase is actually fun. And I mean it this time. After having to endure the pleasure of searching for the correct methodology, the time will come for you to enact the will of hypothetical gods and complete the assignment. There are, of course, many ways to do this, but I prefer the easy route. Search for an SPSS tutorial and go wild. Later, you can use large statistics to present the test results in a coherent manner, as well as explain the pros and cons of your method like a professional. If you, however, prefer the challenge, you can perform all of the required tests in Excel. Or, if you're brave enough, you can use Python. Feel free to experiment, but understand that if you go the hard route, you lose the privilege to complain. Conclusion: research methodology is hard and time-consuming, but when you figure out that there is no alternative and that your fate is to spend a few dozen hours a week searching for the right way to perform an analysis, you will ultimately realize that there is no spoon and that research methodology is not that terrifying after all. Have a good one.